All right, hello everybody. We are going to begin this class by working in a textbook project. It's my goal to work through these projects with you in each and every module, and hopes that it will help you with some of the remaining projects that you're going to have to do, such as we call it an exam, but it's actually an activity, as well as projects A and projects B, which you will have throughout. You also have your tutorials that you'll go through, which will also help you to know where that information is located. But hopefully, maybe something I will say would be done in a different way than they present it that might help you understand just a little bit better. So anyway, I'm going to start. I have opened my textbook and we're in the very first module or the first chapter of our book. And in our first few pages, it gives you some indication. It shows you what a visual overview of what the word screen and the ribbons and everything look like and what they mean, because those are going to be the verbiage that we're going to be using throughout this course. And of course, we're starting this course, which is OST 136, which is called Word Processing. And then next semester, we'll be offering another course. It's OST 236, and it is Advanced Word Processing. So we're going to start off this semester by doing the first 5 modules in this book. And then next semester for 236, we're going to begin in Module 6, and we will go through Module 10. So that kind of gives you an overview actually of the next 2 semesters, this one and the next one, and what we're going to be doing with that. Okay, so in the book, it talks about first starting Word. If you are not familiar with how to do that, if you will contact me, I will show you. I'm not going to go through that today because it could be that it's not downloaded on your computer. And if it's not, then I need to show you how to do that. But most of your Word projects that you're going to be doing in this class, you will actually access that through MindTap. And I'll show you in just a minute on how to do that. So when you open up a project, it will actually open up Word, and whatever it opens up for you, that is where you have to do your project with. You can't just go into Word and open it. So that's another reason why I'm not really showing you that, because that's not how we're actually going to access it. On page WD 1-5, you're going to also see some information about switching between touch and mouse mode. Now, the computer that I have does not have a touch to it. I only use a mouse or a mouse pad to navigate my computer. So I'm also going to skip over that because I can't show you because I don't have the ability to do that. But if you do have one and you want to choose to use the mouse, then obviously you'll need to read that section and make sure that you are using whichever method that you are the most comfortable with and that you want to use. All right. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to try to set up our Word window so that it matches the figures that are in this book. That's one of the great things that I like about this particular book, is that as you're working through your projects, especially your textbook project, or should I say only your textbook project, that after you've done it, it gives you a photo or a diagram of what your project should look like. If it does not look like what is in the book, then you may have done something wrong, which again is another reason for me doing these videos for you. That way you can see as I create them what your screen should look like as well. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to open up my document, all right? And as I said before, when you open it up to do your project, it's going to open up in Word. And so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to click on that. And we're going to see MindTap, Cengage. MindTap is going to be loading and opening. Excuse me. And it does take a second or two. All right, so here we see up here at the top, Word Module 1, SAM Textbook Project 1.1. That's the project that we opened. All right, so what we want to do is we want to click Start. All right, I've already been in here, so that's the reason why. So I'm going to go back. This is actually the screen that you should be seeing. All right, and this is the reading. So this is the textbook, which is one way to access it. Another way to access it would be over here on the icons on the right. This blue book with the black binder on the side, that is also the full textbook that you're going to be using. Okay, I almost prefer you use this one because it only gives you this portion of the textbook, not the full textbook. Okay. All right, so in order to begin, this is where we're going to start a new Microsoft Word document, and it has Carol Ingalls at the end because this is the one that's doing that. That should have your name at the end of that document, okay, not Carol Ingalls. But I'm going to click on that, and when you do, you'll see a new Word document, and me to open it, and it's going to open it in Word, so of course I'm going to allow it to do that. I have two monitors and it's opening it on the other monitor. So let me slide that right on over here so you can see that. There you go. And then enable editing. If you see that, you need to make sure that you enable that as well. Okay, so now here we are in Word, and we have a couple of things that we need to take care of first. All right, and again, I'm on WD 1-6. And it says that if it doesn't fill the entire screen, you can click the Maximize button in the upper right-hand corner of the Word window. If you'll follow along, that will be actually right here. This will restore or downsize. It makes it smaller. So in order to make it fill the entire screen, again, it's this box right here. Maximize the space, and you click on it, and it takes up the full screen. All right, so make sure that you do that so that it just makes it easier on your eyes and you can see the whole page. Okay, so now on the ribbon, we want to click the View tab. All right, so we call this the ribbon up here. All right, and so here we have the View tab. All right, and then we send it to that, and there are several different options of ways that you can actually view this screen. One of the things that we're probably going to be, well, I know we're going to be moving is, you know, going from 100%, you're going to be zooming in, make it larger, make it smaller, depending on what kind of things that you need it done for. All right, in the show group, which is located right here in the view ribbon, we want to see that the ruler box is checked. Okay, so if I unclick it, the rulers that are located on the top and the sides have disappeared. You want to make sure that it is visible. Okay, again, it should be at the top and it should be on the side. All right, so you need to make sure that that is displayed. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is change the zoom level to a setting that ensures that your Word window will match the figures in the book. We were talking about that earlier. So in the zoom group, we want to click on the zoom button, which is located right here, the zoom group, and this is the zoom button. And when we go there, we want to double click the current value in the percent box. Okay, zoom to, and here is the percent box at 100%. We want to double click in it, so 1, 2. And when we do that, we want to type in the number 120. And we want to click OK. And you can notice that that page, if you will, just got larger. So now it's been increased to 120%. I also want to show you down in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see a minus and a plus. And here it says 120% because that's what I set it as. However, you can click on this and you can decrease the size or increase it. Okay, and so I'm going to go back down and see if I can get to 120%. It's a whole lot harder to do it this way. So I'm going to go back up to zoom. It says 148. This says 148. I'm going to again double click in that. I'm going to put it at 120 because that's what it's asked me to do. And I'm going to click OK, and we are now back to 120%. So if asking you to give you a certain percentage as if a number, then I would definitely go to the Zoom tab. If you are just doing it on your own because you want to see what makes it more comfortable for you to view, I would probably use this little tool down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to look at is on the status bar, we want to click the print layout button. All right, the print layout. So that is located in the views. Again, we're still in the view tab, and here is the different types of views. So we're in print layout. Okay, so that way it looks the way that it is supposed to as you do the documents that you that we're getting ready to create. Okay, now the other thing that we want to do is to verify that the non-printing characters are displayed. So for that, we're going to go back to the Home tab, and what we're going to be looking for is a paragraph mark. Okay, that is located in the paragraph box or section, and right over here, this is called a paragraph mark. Sometimes it's referred to as the Show Hide button, which I call it that frequently, so go ahead and get used to that. I try to use paragraph, but I don't always do that. So it's the Show Hide button. But what this does is if you click on it, it shows you every time you enter, it shows where you were. So in this particular case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have entered 7 times. So I have 7 different paragraphs, if you will. If these aren't shown, it's difficult to tell how many times you've entered. It's more like a guessing game, but it doesn't have to be when you have your Show Hide or paragraph button clicked. All right. Okay, I'm going to go to the next section, which is called Saving a Document. And I've posted a couple of videos on this to make sure that you know how to do that. Okay, and what I want you to do here, so what we're going to do is we need to make sure that we save it with a new name. So here is the name of our document on our title bar, okay, and you can always look and see where that's located. So what we want to do is for a quick access, and this is called our quick access toolbar, it is located, this actually says save. But what I want to tell you is that you can save it, but you don't have no control over where it's being saved. And that is going to make your life more difficult, and you're going to spend time searching for a document. You have no idea where it is. So it's important that before you ever save a document the first time, you put it where you want it. I have 2 children that are both adults now and living on their own, that I used to tell them, though, when they couldn't find something, that if you put it where it belonged or in the same place all the time, you would always know where they were. If you had a mother like myself or a parent like myself, chances are they probably told you the same thing. So in other words, we need to make sure I know, number one, where it goes so that the next time I need it, I'll know where to go find it. So you'll start off by going to the File tab. You'll go File, and you will find Save As, okay? Save As. So I'm going to click Save As, and I'm going to go browse around on my computer through my files. And as I've told you before, in your assignment where you did file management, you should have a folder that says OST 136, just like I do. I'm going to double click on it. And right here is my 2021 Spring OST 136 class. So I'm going to put that in there. Here is my Module 1 folder. I'm going to click on that. And now what I want to do is to save this document. I'm going to take off that 1 at the end. I'm going to save this document in that folder. So I'm going to click Save. And wait for it to save. All right, and if you'll notice my name of my document on my title bar, I took that one off, and so it's no longer here as well, and it does tell me that this document has been saved. All right, so I'm just going to show you for the sake of closing it out. I'm going to X that out. But you'll have to recall that now that is the page, quote unquote, that I have to do this work on. So now that I've saved it and I've closed it out, if I want to continue work on this document, it's going to be necessary for me to pull up that exact document, okay? So what I want to do, I'm going to go to my files, which is located down here in the bottom. It looks like a little file folder. I'm going to click on it. And of course it opened on my other screen, so I'm going to slide it on over here. I'm going to go to my 136 class. I'm going to go to this particular section. I'm going to open that up, and there is the document that I saved. All right. It's telling me that they want me to name this as NPWD1 letter. So what I'm going to do is I right-clicked on it. I'm going to go to rename. So I'm renaming this document, and I'm going to rename it WP underscore WD underscore the number 1 underscore and the word letter. And once I have done that, I will click enter. And that is where I am at this point. Okay. And I'm going to close that out, and that's going to be the end of this first video. I'm going to put them in order in Blackboard, and you can visit them as you need to, or to see what is going on. Okay. All right. I will catch you back in the next video. Thank you.